Good day, all friends from across the world. Welcome to join Harxon Talks 2020 webinar. I'm Dean, the Overseas Sales Manager of Harxon Corporation. It is a big honor for me and my colleague, Kevin, Product Manager in charge of the radio modem and smart antenna, to present you today's topic, Harxon radio modem in perspective. So the radio modem has been widely used in the surveying and mapping, drones, and other applications. What kind of radio modem do we have? How about the performance of the radio? And what are the prominent features of Harxon radios? And how to introduce our radios to customers? Let's find these answers today together. And now, let's begin with our topic. So it includes 4 parts. And the first part, Harxon radio's innovation, the history and roadmap of radio modem, and the catalog presentation. The second part, Harxon radio's highlights, the general features and the prominent features. Third part, Harxon radio's support. In this part, I will share some selling tips of Harxon radios from 2 aspects: industry application backup and product service backup. The fourth part, the questions and answers. To answer those questions raised by our friends and partners about our radios. If the online questions are not replied in time, our sales shall follow up and reply you in the next day. So, have you ever heard Harxon radio before? Whatever you have or not, hope you can have a deep understanding of our radio after this webinar. So, most people will have this question like, what kind of radios do we have? Let's bring this question to the first part. So in 2008, due to the radio demand from the domestic market, Harxon grasps this opportunity and strives to develop our own radio. In 2010, the first high-integrated radio has been massively produced. In 2013, the external radio with high output power is released, but the transmission and receiving is not bundled into one unit, and the frequency is not in a consecutive band, like 410 to 450 MHz and 450 to 470 MHz. At this moment, we are also starting to research the interface compatibility. From 2014 and to 2016, our team puts more resources on the research and development of the radio. As a result, the comprehensive performance of radios has been highly improved, like the integrating the transmit and receiving into one unit, acquiring the necessary certifications, being compatible with the mainstream protocols, providing customization services for the frequencies, minimizing the radio modem to appeal to the market demand. In 2017 to 2018, we are focused on the hopping technology and external radio updates. Then, our Hoping radio and e-radio series come into customers' mind with a new ruggedized structure and comprehensive function. E-radio series are highly appreciated by our customers. So here, for the e-radio series, we can find that these three models have its own highlights. Harxon DU8616D SE only works as a transmitter with more channels than the last generation of DU8602T, like owning 8 channels in the last generation. And the Harxon DU8616D works as a transceiver with 32 channels, added new functions like cosine and CSMA. Of course, this radio repeater is still kept compared with the last generation of DU8606D. And the last one model is a Harxon DU8616D Pro. This is the most powerful model among all of our radios, with 200 channels, radio repeater, and network repeater within one unit, which provides multiple work modes for customer. Bluetooth enables customer to configure this radio directly. And here is a brief innovative process of the Harxon external radio. And next, let's see what kind of radios do we have. Here we can see the standard models that we are selling in the overseas market. Obviously, it has been divided into two parts: internal and external radio, internal and external radios. From this catalog, the key parameters have been described very clear, like the data rate, the interface level, output power, protocols, sensitivity, and so on. Any more specific questions about the parameters, welcome to contact our sales, and you will get the satisfied answers from them. The second part is about the Harxon radio's highlights. So, what are the features of our radio modem? Let's have a look of the general features. The first one is about the wide frequency. The existing radios in Harxon cover a wide range of frequency, like 220 to 240 MHz, 410 to 470 MHz, 840.5 to 845 MHz, and 902 to 928 MHz. So we also provide the customizing frequency, like for the Indian market. If you have special requirement for the frequency, Harxon is one of your good choice. The second one is about the firmware update online. About the firmware, sometimes some users may suffer this. Radio struck during the update process due to power off or some unexpected things happen. But Harxon radio has avoided this potential risk from the original program design. And we support the update online for the firmware, which is very convenient for the users. The third one is about the HMI and the configuration tool. The screen and the buttons on the radio surface enables users to operate the radio by finger without connecting to the computer for configuration. It is very convenient in the practical application with a visual perception. By the way, we do also provide the configuration tool for customers. So multiple choices for customer to set up. Configuring the radio, we always need to know the output power and protocols. Different output power identifies different transmission distance. Harxon radio provides different options for output power, ranged from 1 watt to 35 watts. For the external radio, users can also adjust output power by programming. The distance of transmission can reach to more than 30 kilometers. About the protocols, our radio can communicate with the mainstream protocols like the train talk, trademark, transparent EOT, and SATEL. If you demand for the other protocols, contact us and we will have a look at it. So the fifth point is about the water dust resistance. So our external radio passed the test of IP67. And about the special design of the cooling plate. The cooling plate, which improves the heat dissipation, enables our radio to work properly in a harsh environment. By the way, it also prolongs the radio life and improves the efficiency without suspension. These pictures display the test environment in our lab, 40 Celsius degree below 0 to 85 Celsius degree. This temperature range can absolutely cover the daily operation environment. So the next part, we will have a look about the prominent features of our radios. So here I have listed 11 prominent features of Harxon radio. The Harxon protocol e-talk, multiple channels, protocol compatibility, cell phone app, communication distance, interference detection, serial port recognition, power on intelligent identification, OLED, the surface temperature, and the multiple working modes. So, and I also picked out several points here. Let's have a look together. The first one is about the Harxon radio protocol e-talk. You may feel puzzled that why we developed our own protocols. If you use the protocol of e-talk, you will find that it can reduce the baud error rate under the weak signal environment. And it can also extend the communication distance by additional 20%. In addition, it will be more stable during the process of data transmission. The second one is about the multiple channels. With 200 channels as options, users are no longer worried about the signal interruption. For different models, we also have different channels for your reference, like 64, 32, or 8 channels. The next one is about the OLED screen. From the OLED screen, you can inquire and configure radio parameters directly, or demonstrate the current interference from the surroundings, or find the battery capacity and equipment status. Very easy and convenient. So next one is about the intelligent identification for the serial port. It does not require the users to confirm the serial port parameters again when plugged in the serial port cable, because it is matched with the RTK unit automatically. The intelligent identification is applicable to different brands' RTK units. And the fifth point is about the cell phone app of radio. And we can use the cell phone app radio generic tool to configure the e-radio by Bluetooth. It is very simple and easy to operate. All the parameters can be configured by a cell phone so that you can throw away all the heavy packages. If you want to configure the radio as a radio repeater, you can set up the parameters in this app. So do the network repeat and transmitter. So the sixth point is about the multiple work modes. The e-radio can work as a transmitter. If you need a repeater, e-radio is one of your good choice. In this page, the e-radio can receive the correction data from the course or the cellular station, then spread it or broadcast it to the rover or the next radio. With one radio to broadcast the differential data from the cellular station to several rovers, which can save the cost of the customer for the customers. So, what are the advantages of Harxon radios? What kind of services that we can provide? How to introduce Harxon radios to customers? Let's bring these questions to the third part. In the GNSS industry, we provide the core components like the GNSS antenna, radio modem, receiver, board, and so on. Here, we can find lots of options for the antennas. If you are also looking for antenna, whatever is the OEM antenna or the external antenna, the helix antenna or the choke ring antenna, the iridium antenna or the surveying antenna, you will find the correct one from Harxon. And this page is about the radios. Radio has a stable performance and fast response. Compared with other brands' radios, a competitive price will help customers to save cost when reached to the same performance. 1 year warranty for the after service has been promised. And this page is about the smart antenna. The external radio works with our smart antenna. The core components of the smart antenna are all coming from Harxon, like the antenna, radio modem, receiver, board, from our sister company. On the RTK mode, the accuracy of the smart antenna can reach to the centimeter level. And here are some examples of our radio applications. The internal radio modem and the antenna has been integrated into the GNSS equipment, and the external radio connects to the GNSS equipment. And the next one is about the flexibility to the customer demands. So for the connector, most of the GNSS equipments are integrated with the internal radio, which the transmission distance is limited. Then the external radio can be used to realize a longer distance transmission. We can provide the customization cables to customer to match with those GNSS units. Share us with the detail. We will help you to make it. And the instruction, if you are worrying about the radio operation, I think that those documents and manuals that we prepared can offset your concerns. And we can also use the team view to do the remote instruction. For the certification, as we already acquired the CE and FCC for our radios, if any compulsory certifications are required in your country, we will be able to assist to finish the homologation. Just let us know, and we can make it together. So about the protocols, this is about the compatibility with other brands. Our radio can communicate with the mainstream protocols like TrainTalk, TrainMark, Transparent EOT, and SATEL. Namely, users need not worry about usage with other brands. So the third part is the production and the test. From this page, we can find that the factory is very neat and organized, and lots of the lab equipment, including the material test, environment simulation test, performance test, and so on. The factory is dust-free, and each line has the computer and documents to tell employees about the standard process and the product anniversaries. By the way, those units which passed all the tests will be stored in the warehouse, and our quality control employee will test again before delivering, just in order to ensure the units that our customer received are in good condition. So how about the radio technology? Up to now, Harxon has had 188 patents already, and we believe we will have more in the coming futures, as our engineers are still persisting in developing new technology. In addition, Harxon attends the international meeting like the SC135, a special committee established by the RTCM to discuss the international standard for the radio. This committee consists of SATEL, Topcon, Trimble, Harxon, and other companies. And Harxon is the only company in China invited to attend this conference, and now is one of the core members of the SC135 Special Committee. So we are also willing to share with our partners and customers about our technology and experience accumulated in the past 12 years. welcome to attend the radio training in Harxon. And we also can do the remote instruction by team view. We will be with you when you are in need. Here is one of our customers to attend the training in Harxon. And if you are the experts in radio, welcome to exchange your ideas with us. If you are interested in this industry, do not hesitate. Contact us right now. So after such a brief introduction, what kind of things that Harxon can endow to you to introduce the radio to the terminal customers? First, from the aspect of industrial value chain, Harxon is one of the comprehensive suppliers that can provide a series core components and system products to the terminal customers, so that the terminal customers no need to inquire from different suppliers and can get a bundled price. Second, Harxon can provide the flexible solution to the terminal customer to work with different brands' GNSS units. You can save costs and at the same time ensure a high quality and high performance. Third, 6 new production lines can perfectly guarantee the production capacity, and those professional equipments and strict production process make sure the items that you received is in high quality. The fourth point is about the R&D, the strong R&D. The strong R&D will enable you and your customer use this radio without any worry or any other concerns. And the fifth point is about the product training. The product training will clear all the barriers in the operation process for the users. So, with all of this kind of support from Harxon, like the technology, like the after service, like the good condition and the strong power for the R&D, like the factory, the neat and organized factory, the products of our Harxon is in a very high quality, and we have an excellent team and a leading edge technology. Harxon radios are here waiting for you. And now let's move to the fourth part, the questions and answers. And Kevin is our senior product manager. He has more than 10 years of experience in the GNSS-related fields. His comprehensive and in-depth product R&D experience about the GNSS wireless communication modular will offer you agile insights for these industries. And next, let's welcome Kevin.
Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Huang, the product manager from Harxon Corporation.
Kevin, thank you. Thank you for being here. So here we also collected some questions that raised by our customers. I mean, they frequently raise these questions, and hope that today we can give a very brief and short reply. It's okay.
Okay.
So like the first question. So what is our best selling radios?
Okay. In the past, for the external radio, the model HX DU860AD radio was the best seller. But when we launched the new radio series, the most popular product changed to the model HX DU8616D.
Okay, so the most popular model right now is the DU8616D, yes?
Yes.
Okay, see. Let's see the second question. So, with a good environment, so what is the max transmission distance of the DU8616D radio?
Okay. The transmission distance depends on many factors. In addition to the transmitting power and receiving sensitivity of the radio. And it also depends on the working environment. In a plant environment, it can transmit more than 30 kilometers, while in an urban environment, it can only transmit more than 10 kilometers.
Oh, see. So that means the distance is tightly related with the environment. Yes, like
Yes,
the
yes.
field, like the urban is totally different,
Yes.
even for the same radio.
Yes.
Okay, we get it. And how about the next one? So whether the radio modem has over voltage protection function?
No. It doesn't support over voltage protection, but it supports power, positive and negative misconnect protection. The radio's power supply ranges from 9 to 16 volts, so you need to choose a 12-volt battery to power the radio.
Okay, so get it. So how about the next one? So how I know the repeat function is working normally or not? So what is the LED light sign?
Okay. You can look at LED side lights to see if the repeater function is working normal. The LED lights will be bright green first, then bright red when the repeater function is working.
So you mean the light, the color of the light will change,
Yes, yes.
So it will be very easy for the users to identify the radio is working properly or not.
Yes.
Like this. Okay. So how about the next one?
Okay.
So we are based in the US and use Harxon radio configuration tools before and not faring so well. So do we have a new tool for the US market to be more fitted for the market?
I'm sorry to hear that. If you find any problem when using the Harxon Corporation tool, please timely feedback to Harxon. We will update the tool according to your feedback.
See, that means if customers raise their demand,
Yes.
or we will give the feedbacks according to their requirements. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. See. So how about the next one? So can our radio talk directly with the SATEL or the PC tel?
Okay. For the SATEL radio, we have tested it before, and it can communicate with each other normally. But for the PC tel radio, we haven't tested it before, but in my opinion, it can communicate normally. If you find that they can't communicate with each other, and if you can provide a prototype, and we can help to solve the communication problem.
So in our experience, it can communicate with the trim or with the SATEL or the PC tel, yes?
Yes,
but
yes.
if there is like the slight problems or issues, if the customers failed to use it to communicate with the SATEL or the PC tel, so they can share with us about their problems, and our engineer will help them to resolve this kind of problem, yes?
Yes.
Okay, see. So how about the next one? So can our external radio to work with a trimble GPS unit? Have we ever tested it before?
Yes, some customers of Harxon has tested that they can communication with each other very well.
Wow, that's cool. That's
Okay.
pretty cool. And I think this is also some customers looking for. They need the external radios to transmit with a longer distance because the OEM radios got a limited distance. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, like the next one. So I'm interested in the net repeater, and how about the performance of it in the North America?
Okay. The NAC repeater was not available in North America last years, but this years we have support these functions. Currently, we are doing FCC certification for North America. The performance is generally not a problem.
Okay, so that means we can work it right
Yes,
now. Yeah, work
yes,
in the North America
yes.
right now. Okay, so how about the last one? It says how to set up other parameters for a better transmission distance after choose the protocol. And do we have the instruction for this kind of a parameter combination?
Okay. For the transmission distance, there are many factors. For the radio, the main factor affecting the transmission distance is the transmitted power. And another important fact affecting the distance of transmission is the location of the antenna, which needs to be placed on higher. And another factor is that the throughput of each protocol are different. And the Chimtalk protocol has the highest data throughput of about 1,000 bytes per second, while transparent can transfer about 600 bytes per second. So you can choose the right protocol according to the throughput.
Okay, so thank you, Kevin.
Okay.
Then the question answer sessions will be ended here, and hope that what Kevin just replied has already given a clear mind today. And dear friends, hope today's webinar helps you know Harxon better, understand Harxon Radio's modem better. So please continue to attend our webinars in this month and apply to be our dealer. Remember, there will be promotion at the end of August. In this promotion, you will get the vouchers or free or discounted samples or PO discount. So let's work together towards to tomorrow, because tomorrow never waits. Thank you.
Thank you.